Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Personal Development with Victoria, and I'm super duper excited to be doing this with you another time, another week of endless possibilities, like I always say. And this time around, we're going to be talking about something very interesting, something very intriguing, and that is on soft skills for every young professional. What are those skills aside your degree you must have for you to be able to ace your job, impress your boss, and meet the requirement of your client? What are those skills you must have that would make you outstanding among your peers as a young professional, someone working in an office, a student who's still in school and trying to get a hang of your career? What are those soft skills you need to have to be the best of the best? And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Last week we had a little talk about what finding your purpose is, and if you haven't seen that video, please kindly go back and watch it because it is very, very important. Like I said, it is the key to unlocking your personal development plan. And if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Please do well to subscribe, turn your notifications button, and get prepared to listen to a lot of content. If you've been part of the family, you've already subscribed, thank you so much for always watching my videos. I appreciate everything about you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support and for the love so far. And today on PD with V, we're going to go right into today's video on soft skills for young professionals. Don't go anywhere because this content is going to blow your mind. Alright guys, let's get right into today's video on soft skills for young professional. Now, when we refer to soft skills for young professional, we're not talking about your in-depth knowledge of a particular area that you're practicing. I mean, as a lawyer or as a law student, you've gotten your degree, you have the knowledge of the law. I mean, basic knowledge of the law, right? As a medical practitioner, you've gotten your degree, you know medical practice, right? As an accountant, you have knowledge of accountancy, accounting books and things like that. You have knowledge of your industry. Now, what are those skills that will make you stand out and be more like an addition to the knowledge you've gotten? That is what soft skills are. You have the knowledge of the law, the knowledge of your practice, of your industry, you know the people there. How do you, utilize that knowledge to the best of your ability and become the A in your industry, become one of those renowned people? Because the people I'm speaking to are people that don't want to be mediocre. I know you don't want to just be, secondhand, or should I say, settle for less. You want to be more than what's you want to be more. You want to be recognized for the good thing you're doing. You want to make money. I mean, even if it's not for the recognition, you want to be so good at what you do that you're making good money and living a comfortable life. So now, what are the skills that would help you? What are those things that would be an addition to the knowledge that you already have? These are soft skills. And the very, very first soft skill that you have, that you need to have, I keep emphasizing it, and if you are a good member of my YouTube channel, you know it's something I hammer a lot, and that's communication skills. Communication skill is very, very important to every young professional. Now, we're not just talking about lawyers, because they say, most people when they are young, now I'm talking about lawyers or law students, when your mother or your father says that you can argue very well, you can put it to somebody, I put it to you, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that, teachers are better than lawyers. And this kind of, once your parents see that you're doing this one lawyer is going to be a lawyer in future, and in fact you're studying law for the rest of your life. I'm not talking about that. When we see medical students, maybe as a child, you go and carry pen or something and start doing as if you're trying to inject your parents. This one has a thing for, you want to be a medical doctor, okay, let's see, or you're good with numbers, your parents say, banker, my banker himself. Now, those things I know what I'm referring to, right? This is after you've gotten your knowledge of your particular area. How do you communicate with people? Lawyers are known for talking and say, once you talk too much or once you know how to talk very well, you're studying law. No, we're talking about general people now, as an individual, as a young as a professional in any field of yourself. If you do not know how to communicate properly with people, you would not be able to apply the knowledge you've gotten in school. In fact, right from school, right from your first year, if you don't know how to talk to people, how to listen to people, how to accept feedbacks and give constructive feedbacks, then you're wasting your time in your profession. Because if you don't know how to communicate with the authorities in your area of practice, you don't know how to communicate with your clients, you don't know how to communicate with your supervisors, you don't know how to communicate with your juniors or the people you're supervising or your mentees or your mentors, then you cannot utilize the best out of your profession. Now, communication skills are in 4 phases. You have the sender of the message, right? Someone that is sending the message. You have the message itself, right? Then you have the receiver of the message, and then you have the feedback. A good and effective communication relies on these 4 things: the sender, the message, the receiver, and the feedback. How the sender, what determines the message, right? What determines the message is the relationship between the sender and the receiver. Right. So for instance, you want to pass a message across to your supervisor. You want to tell your supervisor that the board of medical practitioners came to the office and instructed that all syringes now should be sterilized with a particular kind of chemical. Now, you don't know how your boss has a particular type of personality, and you want to effectively communicate with him in such a way that you get a good feedback. You go and meet him and say, hello sir, I hope I'm not being a bother right now, but I want to pass across some information that just came directly from the board of medical practitioners, and this is what they said, this is what they said, this is what they said. You are a lawyer or a law student in a particular firm, and you want to pass an information across to your supervisor. You do not know how to convey that information. You would literally be the worst at what you're doing. Because for you to be able to communicate, there are certain factors you must examine. What is the environment? What is the cause of the occasion? Are you doing an informal, communication, or is it a formal thing? And what's the right tone to use when you're communicating? The way I talk to you on YouTube, the way I refer to, as you're listening to me now, it's not the way I relate to people here, because there's as I'm speaking, it's more like an advice to you. But when I'm speaking to my supervisors, I'm not advising them. I'm trying to relay a message or pass across an information, or give feedback on the particular task I was assigned to. So there are things that affect communication, and all these factors are things you must know or have at the back of your hand as a young professional. To communicate properly, please ensure that you know who the receiver of your message is, and ensure to give constructive criticisms. Now let me drift a little. A lot of people don't know how to correct people. You want to correct somebody did something, and you want to correct the person and say, oh, this thing you did it in the wrong way. You don't just start and say, this thing you did is wrong. You kill that person's morale. This is especially for people who are like supervisors, right? People who are overseeing people younger than them. You don't just go straight and say, what you did is wrong. You start by commending their efforts. This is something I learned during my training with the Institute of Chartered Mediators and Conciliators. One of our facilitators told us that you first start by commending the person for their effort at least. So you ask someone to fix this AC remote, right? You ask someone to fix this, and by the time the person brought it, the color has changed from this color to, let's say, this color. And then you want to tell the person has fixed it quite right, but there was a mistake when the person did it. You don't just go straight and say, what kind of nonsense is this you did now? You've spoiled this, you've changed the color. You easily tell the person, oh, you've done well in repairing this, but how is it that I gave you something that was white and you're returning it to black? You give the person an opportunity to explain the reason for that incident that has happened. You give someone a report to do and they send it to the wrong email address. You don't just say, why would you do that? You're silly. You're not concentrating in this office. What's your problem? Thank you so much for doing the job. However, you didn't do it well. I asked you to do this and you did that. Those constructive criticisms, or that's the proper way to correct somebody. It increases the effort or the interest of the person in carrying out future tasks with you. And you see, communication skills as a whole is one whole topic to talk about. But let's just move. If you want to hear more on this, please go back and watch my video on effective communication. It would help you so much. Now, what is the second skill that you are required to have as a young professional? What do you think the second skill is? Second skill to have is teamwork. Teamwork and management of persons. It deals on emotional intelligence. So the second skill is effective teamwork. As a leader, as a young professional, if you don't know how to interact with other people, you would not be able to carry out tasks effectively. No man is an island. That is why in organizations you have people in different positions, you have people with different responsibilities. That is because these organizations realize and understand that people must work in a team. Two good heads, they say, is better than one, right? So you have people, not and not every team have the brightest of minds. So you have those that are very active and super active. You have those that are very lagged. Then you have those that are full of excuses, always bringing up excuses. They don't know how to talk. They don't know when to be serious. They're never available for meetings. They're always giving one excuse or the other. Their attitude towards the team and the work given is very lackadaisical. How do you deal with these people? That's why you need tolerance, right? You need to understand personalities of people. Most times when you're learning as someone in school, there's this thing they teach us in first year, second year, something about psychology and personalities. The sanguine, the phlegmatic, and you need to know the personality traits of these people. It would help you deal with people a lot. It would help you deal with people. It would give you an insight as to why this person is behaving the way they're behaving and how you're supposed to react to them and how you're supposed to treat them in order to get the maximum outcome you want out of them. So that is where you need to have tolerance. And as a leader of a team or as a team member, you don't impose your ideas or your suggestions on people. You lay it on the floor and tell the house, what do you think? And you get ideas, you receive feedbacks from people. It helps you as a leader to effectively influence members of your team and be productive. Now, what is the next skill you must have? Networking skills. Networking skills, the ability to network with people, the ability to build connections. We've talked about networking for young professionals on this YouTube channel. That is because to be able to maximize your stands as a young professional, you must be able to make connections with both people in the high places, those on your same class with you and those beneath you. Like I always say, no man is an island, which means you must know how to utilize different social media handles to network with people, to connect with people. And networking skills is not just all about, I want to what's the word? I want to talk to this person, so I go and say hi in the person's DM. It's a boils down to communication skills. How do you pass across a message when you're trying to build connections with people on social media or in real life? You go for events, you go for events, you go for programs, you go for webinars, seminars, and you don't know how to connect with people, you don't know how to network with people. You need to network with industry makers, industry role players that would help you advance your career. Not necessarily on the instance of, if I network with this person, they will help me one day in future. Or on the premises of, if I talk to this person one day, he will help me, he would help clarify what I need to know and stuff like that. No. But on the premise of, I want this person to positively influence me. I want to learn from the works that this person is doing because I admire what he's doing. That's what networking is about. And like I said in the last video, networking, the idea behind networking is to build meaningful connections, right? Rather, I said this in our mentorship video. The idea behind networking is to build meaningful connections that will positively influence your life and make a good difference for you. So if you do not know how to network with your fellow practitioners or people in the same industry with you, I wonder what you're going to do, because you might have questions. You're not a know-it-all. You might have questions. You might want people to guide you and lead you to a particular area that you're interested in, and because you lack the requisite skill of being able to communicate with people, you lose out on the opportunities to network and build connections with these people. Now, the next skill you need to have is problem solving and critical thinking skill. Problem solving and critical thinking. We could use it for 6. It is very important. When you see a problem, you don't just jump into it and start saying, I want to solve this issue. There's fire on the mountain in company. It's me, only me alone that can solve it. No. Engage with people. That's why teamwork. You see, all these skills are interchange, they work hand in hand, right? There's a problem in the firm and you've been given a task to a job to review this problem and come up with a solution. Indulge people, create a team for it. Don't try to impress your boss by working alone. It doesn't work that way. In fact, your boss will be more impressed that you took the initiative to engage other people to solve that problem than trying to act as an island. except where you are specifically given the task to act alone. If it is a group task, please engage other people and make good use of their opinions. It will speak well about you and your teamwork abilities. Critically, examine the problem. What is the problem? And this is how I usually do it. What is the problem? What led to the problem? What are the factors that affect this issue? How can I resolve this problem? It's very important. So let's give an instance, right? Let's say as a company, your clients rather are gradually taking their briefs away. They are gradually leaving the company. They are no longer seeking the services of the company. You need to go back to the root cause. What's the problem? Where did we go wrong? Was it in the relationship between a particular client and a member of the firm? Was it because of something that was posted on? Was the company involved in a scandal or a problem with another company? Was there an issue? Is there a company that is coming to scout the clients of your own company? All these things are things you need to consider, right? And then you begin to think of the solution. What is the best way to handle this thing? Now, for most companies and for most young professionals, if you want to make meaningful addition to your company and be recognized by your bosses by being a hard worker, you need to align yourself with the trends. Suggest trends that the company can engage in. Suggest trends that will be good for the company. Suggest trends that will put the company on the global stand. Suggest trends that would indulge all members of the company. If your company still doesn't have a website and you're like 2, 3, 4 years old, that is wrong, because you're not going to be able to. People would inquire about you. You're advertising your company to someone, or you're trying to push your service to someone and you don't have a business card. The person will be like, you're not a serious person at all. You don't appear serious. It's like a farmer trying to say he wants to go and harvest cassava without hope. You want to use your hand. It doesn't work that way. People want to see that you have something that speaks for you even when you're not there. And for every company, your website is what speaks for you. Your brand logo is what speaks for you. It's what tells people who you are, what you do, and how far you're willing to go for your clients. Now, what is the last skill? What is that last skill that is very, very important to you as a young professional? Work ethics. Work ethics. Be very professional in your job as a young professional. Some people don't know when to bring their personal matters to work and when not to. I mean, you're relating with your teammates and you're talking about something that doesn't even relate with work. Know when you guys are just chilling and sharing ideas of something or sharing experiences, and when you just come and start always bringing up issues about your love life, relationship with your co-workers in the office. That's not the time. Be very professional. Don't be sleeping when you're supposed to be working in the office. I know you stayed up all night working on a project for your boss, but don't be sleeping while you're supposed to be working in the office. It's wrong, just wrong, please. Now, when we talk about work ethics, we're also referring to 3 things you need to have at the back of your mind. Time management. Know how to effectively manage your time and bring results. Be result oriented as a young professional. Don't just be someone that doesn't bring results. You're just working. The firm is not seeing the importance of hiring you as a person. Time management, productivity, bring results. Be result oriented. Be very productive. Don't just work and be a busy bee and you're not bringing anything to the organization. The organization will be tempted to let you go at some point or the other. So time management, productivity, and decision making. Think on your feet. Know when to decide. You're at crossroads as to whether to inform your boss about this thing or not, or whether to go ahead with a particular thing or not. Take fast decisions. Think fast. Think on your feet. Ensure that whatever decision that you're making for your company will bring success to both you and the company. So make decisive decisions that would impress your employers or impress your boss in the office. So what have we said so far? What are the 5 important skills? Communication skills, networking skills, teamwork, problem solving and critical thinking, and work ethics. These 5 skills will make you an outstanding young professional. So do well. How do you learn these skills? You've heard of them. How do you, my dear? Go on YouTube, go on YouTube and learn them. Practice makes perfect. Communication, like your speech, start practicing your speech. Start practicing networking. Try out with one person, one celebrity, not even a celebrity, one of your colleagues. Try networking with them. Problem solving. Create a hypothetical problem and try and solve it. Give it to someone to review it for you. Reach out to your mentors, reach out to your colleagues, reach out to people. create a team and work on something and see your teamwork skills. Practice is what helps you. YouTube, Google, different resource materials. Follow up people who are conscious about personal development. They teach you these things too. And don't forget, personal development with Dr. Chara is one of those channels that will help you grow. So turn on notifications button and I will discuss this in full, bit by bit, in future videos to come. So thank you so much, guys, for listening and tuning into personal development with Dr. Chara for the week. I'm super excited to be doing this video, super duper excited. I look forward to doing even more. And once again, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and thank you for watching today's video. Have a very productive week. Bye, guys.